All right, shalom, shalom, akim. Call halayim le Yahweh bahasham, Yahweh Shai bahasham, Rakak Kwadash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, better known as GMS, who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, beginning with the tabernacle of David, starting with the 144,000 and the rest of the men, women, and children out of the 12 tribes whom Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah will have mercy upon. This is your brother Matizatbath, back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah. And Salakia, I'm stumbling on my words because I'm pretty excited with the information that I'm about to bring out, because this is truly just a testament, all right, that the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah is really speaking on the planet Earth right now, and a lot of things are being revealed through the spirit. So this is an article that I found on Fox News Radio that just popped up. I was doing a little bit of research and study, and I came across this. Now, this was a year ago. All right. As you can see here, the title is Extraterrestrials in the Bible, ? They're called angels. Scientist Dr. Hugh Ross explains. All right. And this was published February 19, 2023. OK, but although this article was dropped a year ago, there's a point in this lesson that I want to make using this article, because there's two articles that I'm going to follow up with this so you can see how it all comes together. So Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying. So the article reads, maybe the White House press secretary makes fun of aliens being in our midst, but the Bible gives clear evidence that they've been operating in our world since time began. Okay, and we can back that up. Let's get a precept. Let's see here. Let's go to Genesis 1 and 1. It says, now I'll read it from the beginning verbatim. That is, it says, Genesis chapter 1 and 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. All right. Now, this is the reason why we've been taught from the beloved apostles on down, the importance of looking up certain words. All right. Because we understand that the scriptures have been translated. OK, from the Hebrew originally. All right. From the Hebrew scrolls to the Greek Septuagint. All right. From there, from the Latin Vulgate, and then to English. All right. So let's look up this word God in the Hebrew. All right. We're going to go to our interlinear. All right. And we're going to get Strong's H430. Now, in the Yiddish, they pronounce it Elohim. All right. But in the Lashon Kodash, all right, the ancient Paleo-Hebrew is actually pronounced Allah Hayam. OK, Allah meaning power. OK, Yum. All right, makes it plural. All right. So it really means, as you can see here in the outline of biblical usage, all right, plural for rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, OK, gods. OK, now, although, as the scripture says, there be many gods. All right, there's only one power, one Almighty, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. And then you have the rest of the Alahayim, the angels, and then also us Israelites. OK, because we are also known as gods, pursuant to Psalms, the 82nd chapter. All right. It is said that ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall by the sword, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So that's the hierarchy order. But just to get to the point. All right. Yes, it is true that since the beginning of time, the Alahayim have been there. All right. They were there with Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh gave the blueprint. All right, to Yahweh and Yahweh, Yahweh, Salakia, slip of the tongue. Yahweh gave the blueprint to Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai was there in the beginning along with the Alahayim. OK, so going back to the article, it says maybe the White House press secretary makes fun of aliens being in our midst, but the Bible gives clear evidence that they've been operating in our world since time began. And they're called angels. All right, or Alahayim. For decades, scientists have searched the cosmos looking for life on other planets. Right. And we know that because the scripture says Esau he accomplishes a diligent search. Okay. Let's back that up with a precept real quick. I believe that's in Psalms. Was it 64 from last time? Yep. Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in a heart is deep. All right. Now, why does it say they search out iniquities? They accomplish a diligent search because, Yahweh said through the prophet Jeremiah, which let's go there in Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, that if the heavens above could be measured out, right? Let's get straight to the point, dealing with a new covenant that's going to be made. All right. In our time. All right. When Yahweh Shai comes back to set up the kingdom. But this is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 35, straight to the point, which says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. And this is the reason why you have Esau's many scientists, archaeologists, okay, millionaires who they set up as puppets like Elon Musk creating the Dragon X, trying to shoot up, his little whatever you want to call it, spaceship shuttle, whatever, up into space. I believe Jeff Bezos, if that's the guy's name, from Amazon. All right. And also that dude from the UK. What's his name? He owned Virgin Airline. One of you beloved brothers can post his name in the comment section. But yeah, man, they they're just set up on a lower level. All right. To be the forefront to set up all of these adventures and pour money into projects and scheming to try to find out Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah's wonderful works, man. OK, and that's why it goes back to Psalm 64 that they accomplish a diligent search, man. OK, so coming back to the article, it says the SETI telescopes were created for that purpose. But what if those extraterrestrials were already here? All right. And we know through the spirit that the elect, beginning with the 144,000. All right. When that time comes. All right. And they're changed within the twinkling of an eye, man. All right. You're going to see. All right. A true extraterrestrial. All right. In its full form, man. But like it says in the book of John real quick. All right. What's that? 1 John 3. And verse 1, which says, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. All right, because it tells you in Isaiah the 47th chapter, when Yahweh Shai comes back, he shall not meet thee as a man. Because the first time when he came as himself, being Yahweh Shai, all right, 2,500 plus years ago. OK. All right. He took not on the nature of the angels, but he took on the seed of man. All right. Abraham. Let's grab that in Hebrews, the 2nd chapter. In verse 2, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. All right. So he came in the flesh. All right. Which also proves that he had an earthly father and an earthly mother, which Joseph did sleep with Mary. All right. But nevertheless, so understanding all of that. OK, going back to the article. But what if those extraterrestrials were already here, not launched in weather balloons or in UFOs, but in the world in which we live? All right. Showing you just based off him making that comment. All right. Esau knows, man. He knows that the elect is here on the planet Earth. All right. Not all of it, because some of the elect is chilling in the spiritual realm, man. All right. That's why it tells you in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, do not disturb them which are asleep. OK, for the dead shall be raised first, man. OK, but nevertheless, it goes on to say Astronomer and physicist Dr. Hugh Ross makes for a convincing case that angels are beings that have existed throughout eternity as God's messengers, and that they operate like any beings would, who are not confined to our space-time dimensions, since scientists know there are more dimensions than humans can access, right? Because the scriptures tells you in John the 14th chapter that in my Father's house are many mansions, all right? And that symbolizes that all those other planets, all right, that are within that our galaxy, all right, Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, with the earth being his footstool, the other planets represents the many other mansions, man, okay? And when we have that ability, okay, in the kingdom where we are changed, all right, we're going to have those extraterrestrial bodies to go in and out from one realm to the next realm. And we're going to also visit those other planets, man. Okay. So it goes on to say, Ross writes in Salvo magazine, according to the Bible, these creatures differ from humans in that they are not constrained by either the known laws of physics, Salakia, or the known space-time dimensions, right? Because the scripture says, which he's correct. Let's get 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, all right? And verses 39 and 40. It says, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, and another flesh of beasts, and another of fishes, and another of birds. And here's the main point, verse 40. There are also celestial bodies, which represents the angels, and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of terrestrial is another, which the terrestrial represents us in these human bodies, flesh-like form. All right, because in the flesh, all right, there are things that you can do in the flesh that the celestial body cannot do, or it doesn't need to do. All right, and vice versa. There are things in a celestial body, all right, that you can do that the flesh cannot operate in or cannot do. Okay. So just to keep this simple, back here in the article, it says, rather, they exist in a real distinct from the universe, yet have been granted power to enter the human realm for brief episodes, either in physical or non-physical form. All right. And the scriptures speak about that because you have something, I believe, in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. It talks about apparitions, OK, which Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai can set up on the left hand side, because it tells you in Sirach, the 39th chapter, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. OK, and they appease the wrath of him that made him. And who is that him that made him? Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But the scriptures also say, let's get Hebrews. What is that? Hebrews 13 and 2. It says, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares, man. All right. And that's why we always tell brothers, you know, be very mindful on how you deal with certain brethren. OK. And, you know, how really your overall character, man, you know, just watch yourself and how you deal with, you know, brothers, man, because, hey, how about Shemal Shah can test you, man. OK. But getting back to the article, they go on to say, on this episode of Lighthouse Faith Podcast, Dr. Ross, founder and director of Reason to Believe, explains not only his take on the presence of angels, but also on whether there could be life on other planets, while we have yet to discover life, and what impact there would be on Christianity if there were other Earth-like planets out there with sentient beings like us. Well, one scripture that knocks that out of the park is because let's get Sirach 17 and verse 30. It says, for all things cannot be in men, because the Son of Man is not immortal. All right. So we can't know all things because we don't have those spiritual bodies yet, man. OK. And we are only given what Yahweh Shemel Shai has given us through the spirit and power. All right. It's starting with the Rakak Wadash from on high through Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. That's why the scriptures also states that we know in part and prophesy in part. So as men, all right, coming out with this truth, we can only speculate, man. All right, because we can't tell you every single thing, you know, how it's going to be when we get those bodies and, you know, how we're going to go in and out from the earth and stuff. We don't know all of that until we are changed within the twinkling of an eye. OK, so now watch this. I also stumbled across this article here from MSN.com, which was 2 months ago. It says 2 Republican congressmen claims UFOs are angels sent by the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And just a brief read, it says a second Republican congressman has publicly floated the idea that UFOs may be angels sent by the Most High. It says Missouri lawmaker Eric Burleson, who has been privy to classified briefings on a phenomenon, advanced a sensational theory. Here we go, Esau and his theory bullshit, on an amateur podcast this week. All right. And they may not fit exactly the biblical narrative, but whenever I use the term angels, as he told that UFO podcast Tuesday, to me, it's synonymous with an extra-dimensional being, he added. And a lot of different scriptures, including the Bible and others, that's really the way that you describe messengers of God or angels. All right. Because, yeah, when you look up the word angel in the Greek, it's anglos, which literally means messenger, but it can also mean a pastor, which a pastor goes into a teacher, because the prophets were not only known as teachers, but the prophets were also known as angels. OK, give you one precept example. Let's get Galatians, the 4th chapter and the 14th verse, which reads, and my temptation, which was in my flesh, ye despised not, nor rejected, but received me as an angel of the Most High, even as Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. So that's one example dealing with the beloved Apostle Paul back in his time. All right. When he was commissioned to speak to the Israelite foreigners that were called Gentiles or strangers. All right. He was perceived as an angel from Most High, man. Because don't forget, the angels, they're also our brethren, pursuant to Revelation 19:10. Right. So, you know, now there's this article here to prove that in the midst of this whole talk surrounding the so-called UFOs and UAPs, which we know to be the chariots, all right, of the or known as the heavenly hosts of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. This was published March 12th of this year 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And it says a long-awaited Pentagon report says there is no verifiable evidence of the U.S. government encountering or concealing evidence of alien life. All right. Now, here, let's see here. I want to get straight to the point because they're saying that the Pentagon lied in their statement. And when I read it, let's see here. I might start Salakia. Because I brief read it. Yeah, here it is right here. This paragraph right here. It says, despite those findings, the government's interest in UFOs drove news outlets and social media sites into frenzies of speculation. The conspiracy theories reached their apex when, in July 2023, David Grush, a former U.S. intelligence official and whistleblower, claimed that the government had been secretly investigating crashed UFOs, right? He said in his congressional hearing, Grush told the House Committee on Oversight and Reform that not only had spaceships been recovered, but that non-human beings have been found inside. And see, this is a prime example of Esau trying to control the narrative. All right. But in this article, Live Science, when you go up, it says here at the top, there is no verifiable evidence for claims that the U.S. government and private companies have access to or have been reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. OK, it says Major General Pat Ryder, Pentagon press secretary, said in a statement after the report's release. The report also found no evidence that any U.S. government investigation, academic sponsor research, or official review panel has confirmed that any site of a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, represented extraterrestrial technology. Because Esau is a goddamn liar. You're talking about vehicles of an actual person who came out, I believe it was about 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And he said, and I quote, that the technology in those vehicles is at least 1,000 years way ahead of our time. But here it is. Let Esau tell you that they got a secret operative group, where they can investigate the crash sites or whatever. So that lets you know right then and there that whole bullshit pertaining to Roswell back then, that was fabricated. Okay. The Alahayim, they're on another level, man. Okay. They're on another level because the scriptures tells you that Michael and the angels shall fight Satan and his angels, which is representing Esau, Edom, and his military. Right. And that they shall prevail, man. But here it is. Let Esau control the narrative and he'll tell you different. So let's get a couple of scriptures and close out, man. All right. Book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4 says, but ye are forgers of lies, and ye are all physicians of no value. And that's Esau, Edom, man. OK, you have completely lost control of the narrative. All right. Jeremiah 49. All right. And 7 says concerning Edom, thus said Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Right. Because you used your witchcraft, your enchantment, trying to control the narrative, trying to put out things, hoaxes. Right. But it's not working anymore. All right. Drop down to verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, man. All right. Because the scriptures tells you the eyes of the Lord is upon a sinful kingdom, man. OK. Amos 9:8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Why? Because of the remnant, the elect. So who do you think those eyes are? Right. Let's go to what's that? Zechariah chapter 5. All right. We'll end it on this. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right. This is what the prophet Zechariah saw. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answer, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. OK. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, which is Babylon and Great America, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. All right, Esau, Edom, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof, man. All right. So this is talking about the chariots, man. All right, because over the earth, beginning with the wicked one being Esau, Edom, and the rest of the heathen nations, it's a curse unto them. All right, but it's not a curse unto the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, his remnant, man. All right, because, hey, 2/3 of our people, all right, them chariots is going to be a curse on your ass as well, man. All right, because you're going to be taken out. All right, as it says in Zechariah, the 13th chapter. All right, particularly to verse 8, 2/3 therein. All right, 2 parts shall be cut off and die in the land. What land? Babylon the Great, which is America, man. OK, so that's all I wanted to get on dealing with these articles. All right. And hey, man, call Halayim Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right. These devils is being exposed. So Lord's will, this lesson was edifying, and it's on to the next one. Lord's will. Shalom.